Hey guys, welcome back again to Dave's Dimension. Welcome back again for another video. Welcome back to the channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme. So we're back again for another video. This time around, it's not an unbox, it's not a mod, it's none of that. We're actually going to be talking Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. So, wife and I decided to go see Venom. She loves the first Venom, so she watches it all the time. I think more so for Tom Hardy, but so we went and saw that, or we tried. It took us two tries to actually see the movie. We went to a Regal movie theater up here in Niagara Falls, New York, and we get past like the first trailer, which was Halloween Kills. It looks pretty interesting. It was a very brief trailer. Excuse me. And a fire alarm goes off. Yep, fire alarm went off. The entire building had to be evacuated, and basically they were just giving us passes as refunds to come back to any Regal of any choice at any time. So we asked, well, are you guys going to be, mind you, it was like maybe 6:40, maybe close to 7, and they basically said that they had no idea if they would be reopening that night. So there was no smoke, there was no fire, there was who the hell knows, but so there was that. So the wife and I grabbed a quick dinner, and then we made plans to go to another Regal, and we finally saw Venom, Let There Be Carnage. A bunch of awesome, great trailers with it. Again, Halloween Kills, Ghostbusters Afterlife, which, you know, this guy's looking forward to. Just a whole bunch of some really good movies, and one movie that was not that great as far as trailers, and I'm not going to say which one it is. It's not even worth a mention. So, Let There Be Carnage. Comparing to the first one, it's not the full thrill ride that we had in the first one. Of course, the first one's an origin story, and first one I think holds up better than the second. I mean, that's always true with a lot of movies. Sequels never live up to the originals, let's be honest. But it is still a very enjoyable movie. Personally, I'm not going to give away any spoilers here, guys. If you want to discuss the movie with me, you can always hit me up at Dave's Dimension on Instagram, or you can even email me at davesdimension78@gmail.com. I'm one of those people. I like a full movie theater experience. I am one of those people. Sometimes I need to know spoilers, and it's one of my weaknesses. But honestly, I'm glad I got to see it right away when it came out, and I'm also glad that I wasn't spoiled by anything else. That being said, if you're a die-hard Venom comic book reader, this is a PG-13 movie. So as the first one was, but the first one had very good balance as far as the story, as far as the rhythm, the action, and everything. This one it felt like, not to borrow a phrase from a friend of mine actually reviewed it on Facebook, and he said it felt like they had the pedal to the metal. They were just, the speed pedal was full force the entire time through, and I get why he said that. It just felt like, I don't know, in some parts maybe felt a little forced, but it also felt like maybe there was editing being done, or maybe some studio execs were kind of pushing for certain things. It just felt like it could have been, honestly, it should have felt like it was a longer movie. It felt like there could have been more that would have taken place in that movie. But we were kind of, I don't know, robbed of it. It almost some of the plot felt a little forced in some spots. And some things, there was the jokes in there. There was plenty of jokes and humor in there. The whole Eddie and Venom odd couple kind of banter back and forth. I mean, it was great. The special effects were great. There was some really awesome scenes in there. But as someone who grew up reading Spider-Man comics, who read Venom and Carnage, Maximum Carnage saga, I mean, it just, I don't know, there were things that left me wanting a bit more substance, a bit more, I don't want to say story or possibly differences in the story, but that's kind of how I felt. don't get me wrong. You'll go to the movie, you'll enjoy it. And I will say this, there is a mid-credit scene. Okay, after, once the movie ends, you have the end credits. There is a mid-credit scene. Only one, but it's a doozy. I mean, if you're a big fan of everything that's been going on in the comic book world as far as movie adaptations, you will love this. You will love this, and that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to give you guys any hints, but if you're a fan of comic book adaptations into movies, you will love this. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. I kind of had a feeling it was happening after some choice words were made towards the near the end of the movie. I kind of predicted it. I looked at my wife and I kind of said, this, watch, it'll be this, this, and it was this, but not this. So I was mostly right. So I enjoyed it. It's really, it is, don't get me wrong, it's not a stinker. It's not a stinker by a long shot. It's a movie that hits its mark, but it could have done it just a little bit better. But let's face it, we're all fans. We're all going to have our own opinions and criticisms, guys. It is what it is, and that's what it is. I think Tom Hardy was good, but also I think he was stretched a little thin. I think he was stretched a little thin because, one, he voices both Venom and Eddie. So, when you're doing double duty, and also I believe he was one of the co-writers for the story. I get that he's a fan of the Venom comics, but I think they could have had someone else in there a little bit too. Honestly, I would have loved to have seen Todd McFarlane have a little input into the story. He was the creator of Venom after all, so that's just how I feel about it, guys. So no spoilers from me, but if you want to talk to your boy Dave, you want to discuss it, you can reach me on Instagram at Dave's Dimension. Okay? Or just hit me up on email, davesdimension78@gmail.com. So there we are, spoiler-free Venom review. The surviving cast members from the first movie were back in this one. Michelle Williams was great. Dan the doctor, who was treating Eddie in the first one, he's back in there. It was great. The comedy, there was more Odd Couple vibe between Eddie and Venom. I loved it. There were a few Easter eggs. If you're close enough, you can catch them. But you're gonna enjoy the movie. You definitely don't want to take my review as poor criticism. I'm just being flat out honest. As a comic book fan, someone who loves Venom, loves Carnage. I think Woody Harrelson was great, but again, how the story unfolded, it just felt you kind of like it. I don't want to say it was missing, but I don't know. It could have had more substance to it. That's how I want to put it. So there we are, guys. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would I rate Venom to? Let there be carnage. I would definitely rate it as a 9 to a 9.5. Okay, it's a good fun ride. There's comedy in it. The special effects were good. It just, I don't know. It just felt like it was missing something. Like I said, it felt like it was missing some substance. And they could have slowed down certain parts or gave us a little bit more in-depth of certain aspects of the story. But that's, it is what it is. Who knows? Maybe we'll do a live stream discussion of this sometime in the near future. Maybe a few weeks after a lot of people have seen it. We'll do a discussion with a few of my friendly neighborhood colleagues of YouTube. So we'll see what happens. So guys, if you saw Venom, let me know what you would rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. Let me know in the comment section below. Or, like I said, you guys can always hit me up on Instagram at Dave's Dimension. So there we are. Until next time, guys, this is Dave from Dave's Dimension saying keep on busting, and I will always catch you on the flip side.